Hello everyone and welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be making peanut chicken with rice. This is going to be the first episode of me or Savannah cooking new meals with a new recipe. So I'm still working on a name for that, but we will figure that out in the future. But right now I have all the ingredients laid out for the peanut chicken with rice. First of all, I don't have the chicken out, but chicken's obviously going to be part of it, and we'll use chicken breasts for that. Then we'll have broccoli, a red and yellow pepper, red onion, olive oil, milk, hot sauce, soy sauce, cilantro, dry roasted peanuts, minced garlic, a lime, peanut butter, honey, crushed red pepper, ground cinnamon, rice, sweet peas, and baby carrots. This recipe is coming from Aldi. That's where I shop to get my groceries. But not every new recipe we do for the series will be from Aldi. But I'll include the link to that in the description below. Okay, so I chopped up everything. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the chicken started cooking. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil to the pan. I'm also gonna add a healthy chunk of garlic to the pan, and then we'll go ahead and get the heat going. Before we add the chicken, I'd like to say we have the rice going. That's just gonna cook for about 15 more minutes. So I used 3 chicken breasts instead of 2. So now that we have the chicken going, let's move on to the sauce. So I got everything I need here for the sauce. We have a little crybaby dog in the background, but crushed red pepper, 1/2 teaspoon, ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna do about a 1/2 spoonful of garlic, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of hot sauce, soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of, hey, no. Soy sauce, 3 tablespoons of milk, and 1 tablespoon of honey. So let's start adding our components of the sauce. Salve. Crushed red pepper looks like fish food. Alright, so next thing we're gonna do is mix this up. And by the way, in the meantime, we have the chicken up to there, and the rice is done. As far as the sauce goes, the next point in the recipe says add 1/2 cup of hot water or until desired consistency. And this is really thick right now, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and add that whole 1/2 cup of hot water. All right, I turned the heat up to medium on this, and now I'm gonna add the hot water slowly while mixing. And that's looking a lot better. It's not just looking like peanut butter anymore. Just a little bit more. And that should be good. All right, and look at this consistency now. That's looking perfect for our chicken. So next thing I need to do is let it go until it boils, and then we'll take it off the heat. So it turns out I was supposed to add the water after the sauce started bubbling, so hopefully I didn't mess up the entire meal. All right, we're gonna add a little bit more oil to the chicken, and next we're gonna add all of our peppers, broccoli, stuff like that. Oh, and I forgot something for the sauce. I forgot to squeeze limes into the sauce. Maybe I should do one at a time. All right, coming back over here to the chicken, let's go ahead and add everything else that we need to add in. Got our carrots, our red pepper, yellow pepper, onions, broccoli. Oh god. No! I missed one. Go ahead and throw the cilantro on in there. So our sauce is bubbling, so let's take that off the heat. As you guys can see, it's looking very colorful. I think I should have added all of this stuff in a little bit earlier. Maybe when the chicken was like halfway cooked. It did say in the recipe to put it in after 6 minutes of cooking, but that's on me. Anyways, let's go ahead and add the peas in now. I think if I were to make this again, I'd probably put the veggies in a separate pot and cook them up separately and then add them in before I add the sauce in. Just because I don't think I'm going to be able to get these cooked down very well. And also I added the cilantro in way too early. I was supposed to garnish the dish with that, so yeah, I'm a moron. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add the sauce now while I let these veggies cook down a little bit more. It's nice and runny, but I'm sure it's going to taste very thick. Alright, and now let's go ahead and stir this up. So even with this ugly brown sauce all over the meal, it's still very colorful and vibrant. And it looks delicious, so let's go ahead and get to plating it. Alright, and last thing I need to show you guys is the dishes. There's quite a bit that we have to clean up after this, including the other cutting boards. Alright, and here is the final meal. My plating skills could use some work. Savannah went ahead and added some crushed up peanuts to hers. I'm not going to do that with mine because I'm not a big fan of peanuts. But it looks delicious. Hopefully it tastes delicious because this is Savannah's birthday dinner. Happy birthday, Savannah. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and dig in and we'll get to the scores after we're done eating. Let's talk about the peanut chicken with rice. So the meal looked great. Like looking at that picture, that is a very good looking meal. But to be completely honest with you guys, it did not taste very good at all. The meal was honestly pretty bland and the sauce didn't taste very good. And I'll take some responsibility for it being bland because I didn't season the chicken. But to be fair to myself, it didn't call for seasoning the chicken in the recipe, but I guess that's something that you should just do anyways. And then as far as the sauce goes, it it just wasn't that great. Peanut butter and lime don't really combine very well. And I'm recording this a few days after we made it, and eating the leftovers has not been very fun either. So Savannah and I gave this a 2 out of 10 for taste, which is a very bad score. Effort-wise, for someone else, this could have been a pretty easy meal. It just required a lot of cutting and then cooking multiple things at once. For me, I'm a novice chef, as I'm sure you guys can see from my recordings. And overall, it took me like an hour and 45 minutes to cook this meal, which is way too long. I'm partly to blame for that, mostly to blame for that, but we gave it a 3 out of 10 for effort. And then moving on to cost, we gave it a 4.5 out of 10. And to explain why, it wasn't like any part of the meal was overly expensive. It wasn't like we had a very expensive protein or like any other additions that were super expensive. But the issue was there was just a ton of ingredients. And because of that, we gave it a slightly below average score, but we wouldn't say it costed too much. And overall, that gives it a 3.17, which is pretty far below average, ranking it third out of 3 overall. Thank you guys for watching the first episode of me and Savannah trying to cook new meals. This one didn't go so well, which is unfortunate, but hopefully the next one goes better. So make sure you subscribe to catch the next one. Like the video if you enjoyed watching this. And feel free to comment if there's any other meals you'd like me to try cooking. And also feel free to comment if you have any critiques on this video. Thank you for watching.